Good morning, Parkpoint peeps. This class is going to be about better balance, and it might not be your go-to, but it does make it easier for you to move in your other classes, which I love, by the way. I've been doing some of them, and it gives you better kinesthetic awareness and helps prevent injuries. So balance has to be practiced. It's never something that comes easy. And the benefits are, your gait training, your stairs, your weight shift, prevent fall prevention, and it lets you know where you are in your space. I'm good on the right leg, I'm not good on the left. And so what you need is going to be either a chair or a wall, or a chair and a wall would be even better. And, don't worry, you could be barefooted or shoes. I would do this with shoes sometimes, look at it, and then do it without shoes, and just kind of see where you are in your space. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to start by marching, just warming our body up. Let your arms swing freely, and just kind of look at your body. Stack your rib cage on top. Make sure you're not bent over and have the abs too short and tight. Make sure your hips are not way in the back here where your lower back is facing up. But stack this rib cage right on top of your hips and create a little bit of space in here, just as much space as you can make, lengthen through your abdominals, and then yet still keep them bracing. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then work on balance. Now you're starting to look for that proprioception in your foot and in your body and how it adapts. And then do it again, 1, 2, 3, and then balance again. We're looking for a nice little tripod foot. 1, 2, 3. My big toe or big metatarsal stays down with my little, and I try to achieve the center of my heel without collapsing or rolling my ankle out. And then 1, 2, 3, and repeat. Good. And I'm squaring myself. I see if I twist. Just kind of, nothing is wrong. It's just you looking and strategizing of how to work a better stable body. Okay, you'll see how I go off. Okay, and if I am looking, sorry, I have allergies, 2, 3, I will also use the wall rather than roll my ankle knee way out here, okay? So I don't want to balance where I'm creating problems with my knee, ankle, and my hip. So I'm gonna hold things. See, I have my chair over here, wall over here. I tend to like to use walls. And 1, 2, 3. Now, let's try to get the awareness a little wider. 1, 2, 3. Awareness a little wider. Let me throw me off. Oh my goodness. All right. So that's me working it out. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just the body is trying to work that kinesthetic awareness, trying to get you there. 3, and look for that tripod foot. And I'm trying to go a little wider, maybe about hip base. 3, and let's change that a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, add a kick out, leg extension. Do that without tucking the back door down, all right? Keep that up with a nice stacked rib. 1, 2, 3, rib cage, not rib. And do it again, 1, 2, 3. I find that when I do my right, I tend to be better, all right? When I do my left, my arch system is all over because I have flat feet, so my arch system's all over. You can see my shoulders starting to want to migrate to the left of the screen. So again, let's do one more set of sets, but let's go into abduction. And again, try not to pinch into inward in the hips when we do this. And this is me modifying. It's just getting that awareness. This is also me modifying, just touching the wall and helping me out, all right? Don't force something in your body that it needs to sit there and strategize about first, all right? There's communication that goes on. So when you just do it with no awareness, you don't know how you set yourself up, okay? And you don't know what's going wrong or what wants to collapse. All right, and same thing to the back, 1, 2, 3. And then I want you to go in leg extension back. The other thing is I could just get my big toe and my big metatarsal down, and I'm in balance. And I want you to focus that big toe and the ab connection to that, all right? The bracing of the abs and the stacking of your rib cage over your pelvic girdle. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, and back. Okay, same thing. Now, as I feel like I can do this better, I'm going to tap and then raise my big toe up just a little bit off the ground. If I feel pressure in my lower back, I'm not ready to do that, all right? Because I need to keep this focus in the front to support this in the back. So just, and it's all good. It's not, oh my God, I must be weak. It has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with your body's protection, and you've got to train yourself out of that gripping and overachieving and over tightening. Okay, and let that go. Walk on your heels and walk around the room a little bit. Just walking on your heels, all right? See how you travel. Do you tighten up? Do you squeeze? I want you to try not to over grip the thoracic area. It puts a lot of pressure on the lower back, and just walk. And you know, if you have carpeting or uneven surfaces, so this, I'm on my yoga mat, I'm on the floor, and then my black mat has a little texture in it, like little pyramids on it, and so it's a different texture for me, okay? Walk a little wider if you can. Try not to pinch in. See what your back does. Does it start going, oh, I don't like this, all right? Or your hips start gripping inside, you know? And then walk on your toes, guys. And I want you to feel all of your metatarsals, the big one to the little one, and just kind of scrunch. Don't be the highest, you know, somewhere comfortable. Do you have a rolling ankle? Because it will look like this, all right? Look at my left knee as it goes outward to the left wall. Okay, I don't want that, so I'm gonna go lower. Okay, and wider stance, and just see, feel your big toe. And you always need to keep that area intact, including my own. See if you tighten. What do you do? What's your response system? Is your elbows going back and your neck going forward? All right, and then release that, all right? So here we go. So we're going to just start with the arms going up and then lower. And again, and I'm gonna change into my other mat, just kind of feeling things a little different and sending my arms up. And now I'm gonna step back, hold my arms up, square up my hips, pull my rib cage up, and then I'm going to take the weight shift of my back foot and send it to the front. So I'll give you a side view in a second, and then bring that in, all right? So again, I'm gonna step back. This is a move we use a lot in our classes, right? You got weight on the back foot, you got weight on the front, but now I'm gonna really focus on putting it on the front by coming up on my toes on the back foot, really feeling my big toe, hold my rib cage in, stack my disc, make my disc in the back of my neck long, and then I'm gonna pick up my back foot. Now, when you pick it up, and give you a side view here. When I pick it up, I don't do this. Okay, you can see my whole body just got tight, going, what the heck are you doing, Sabrina? Okay, so I want you to ease into the movement, not force it there and get the end product the way you really hope it will turn out, all right? So I'm just lightly lifting my big toe off, and then I'm working with all those imbalances and letting my neurons kind of take hold and help me out, okay? If I don't have it, I do the same thing on the wall. So I'll put my fingers on the wall. Here, I will step back, all right? And I have it here. I reach up, I lengthen my spine, I stack my rib cage. I breathe a lot, you know, so that I can really open up and not tighten up in my back, all right? I'm on the toes now. And then I'm going to just slide my hands up and pick up my leg. And I'm going to just kind of use the wall as a helper. Maybe I don't need my left hand there, but I need my right, you know, or vice versa. All right, and this is how I practice, and I should practice more, by the way, so I was a little afraid to do this video because I was afraid I would fail for it, but you know, you work it out. Your body will start remembering some of your things that you do. Same thing, then you switch legs, and I'm reaching up, I'm pulling up through my disc, and again, I'm working on that balance. Okay, and awareness. I try not to twist. If I feel this in the side of my hips, I know that I'm starting to turn my pelvic girdle sideways, or my body is trying to find a different way to go. So either I'm going to quit, or I'm going to see if I can undo that. All right? So the next thing I want you to do is just take one foot in front of the other and walk a line. Okay? So how do you do this? I need you to take that back foot, come up on your toes, weight shift on the front leg, and then transfer back, and then repeat the process. Raise the back heel, all right, come up on the big toe, or at least feel the big toe, and then you just pick up. Now I'm balancing on this leg and transfer, all right? I do this without tensing up, so my whole lower back doesn't turn. You could start adding an arm, okay? You could start seeing where your weight shifts. So my weight shift through my thoracic is going to be in the front, okay? And then switch, all right? So I'm gonna move back in. Oh, absolutely. Let's have you move backwards. Same thing. What am I thinking? Okay, so I'm going to just sort of swing in an abduction. So kind of circling around my hips and seeing how much tightness. I'm always looking, because I love to tighten my back. So I'm always looking for ways of not creating that response system in my body. So I could really not care less about the exercise as much as how do I strategize in this exercise? What do I overuse? What do I not use? All right. So, and again, and then we're going to do that again. And so we're going to go forward. And again, now my right leg, as it goes forward, I'm going to weight shift on it. All right. Now, this time, the reason why I'm doing this is I want you to roll your eyeballs up. Okay. And then on some of these, I want you to roll just your eyeballs on this one, eyeballs right. Okay, and I want you to roll, it's like you're giving someone a side glance, all right? And again, I'm bringing my arms out here, that's fine. You could use the wall to help you. You could pick a slat on the floor to stay in between the lines. If it's too close, then I take a wider stance. And let's do the same thing on the back. So I'm gonna roll my eyeballs up, and you can see it. Boy, how am I working that out? That's not that easy. Okay, and my eyeballs to the left. And what muscle links are you using? Eyeballs to the right. And some of you might notice right or left might be easier on one side, so we tend to turn our head a lot to use that one eyeball, so it's really good to see where you are vision-wise. And bifocals are always at making that difference too, or trifocals. And I'm not even going to go down or look down, because I have a tendency to think people do that all the time. Okay, we have one more step, guys. So this time when you go forward, here we go, and we're going to go to, my right leg is forward, my left hand is out, like I'm walking. My rib cage is coming towards my belly button. My hip on my right is going towards my belly button. It's just the feeling, like I put a Dynaband there. And then switch. So again, so my right hand is forward, so my left hip should come forward. Mine wasn't, mine's back. And so I want this hip and this rib cage to match up, all right? They just like, they look like they connect. So when I walk, and I've been walking the Wiki uphill stuff for when it was raining, I'm, again, you'll notice that your thoracic goes lightly, not a lot, one way, and your hip goes lightly, not a lot, the other way, okay? And then play with that, okay? And again, it doesn't come from my arm, otherwise my arm will just pull my head forward. Okay, so I want to not exaggerate what I'm doing. I want to feel all these connections. And if I'm tight back here and that's what I feel, then you guys go get a massage gun, go use your ball, your rollers. There's videos on that, and start releasing that back area that tends to want to grip. And then same thing back, even though we don't do this in life, it's just kind of fun to see where we are and how we strategize our movement as we move back. Also, I like it because those of you who need some calf or even bend the knee soleus length, okay? And again, working on those strategies. Okay, I didn't fall yet, so this is all a good thing. Okay, so shake that all out. Let's sort of circle the hip. There's a balance. And I want you not to overcorrect by tensing your ankle. So, and I also don't want you to overcorrect by lifting height and your body sideways. So just give me that nice movement in here that makes you stay stacked. Here's me touching the wall to help me, because let's say I don't have any feeling to that at all. I just want to tighten up. So there's a couple ways I would do that. I would either take my circle lower, all right, or I would hold the wall so that I am not stressing out my lower back, all right? The goal here is just to soften this up, just in case you are just over gripping, because balance can get difficult after a while. All right, everybody good? All right, shake that all loose. All right, so now we're gonna work on the matrix. So I love the matrix. I always like to do it. So my matrix is just as if I'm a clock, I'm in the middle of the clock. We're going to I'll start with my right. I'm gonna step forward and lift it up and balance, all right? I always do 2 sets. Those of you who do my Fit Over 50, say yes, this is one we do. And I'm just looking how I work it out. I don't care how high my leg is. I do care how tight my hip and lower back is, all right? It shouldn't be, all right? Then I'm gonna go to 1 o'clock, and then I'm gonna own. So this is a weight transfer, guys. So you could see I am weight transferring from my front, and then I am weight transferring back. How do I break that down in my body? 2 o'clock, I'm gonna keep the chest forward on this one, but there's lots of times where I do rotation and stuff. This is just the one I chose today. And then I'm going to weight shift. You can see I'm pushing off the toe to help me out, or I'm gonna use a wall, all right? One thing I don't want to do, if you guys got sciatica or hip impingements, your strategy shouldn't be to bear weight down and grip it inward, all right? So 2 o'clock, I do 2. Okay, 3 o'clock, those of you say, oh, this is so easy, I'm so good at balance. I say, you know, do something like look to the left and right, turn your head, all right? All of that would make a difference in how you work that, all right? Look up and down as you hold. I'm not gonna do that because I probably would fall. Okay, 4 o'clock. So I weight shifted, let's say someone threw something at me, I lean back, I got it, and now I need to weight shift forward and then take my step forward, which would be balance. So these things do work out with what your life skills are, okay? What I don't do is exaggerate, all right? I probably would not step back too far, especially at my age now, because I probably would put a lot of stress on my back. And I know well enough not to do that. I probably would just, whatever went back there, I'd let it drop if it was too far back. Okay, and 5 o'clock. Now I'm just gonna change a little bit. You can balance by picking up your front leg and weight shift, balance, and pick up the back leg, okay? And weight shift again, front. So here's another way of playing with it, guys. And especially some of the numbers that I do, some of that matrix I'm good at, and some of it I'm really bad at. Just make a mental note. what seems to be the hard part. Here's where a lot of us live, or we just did some balance stuff. And again, so I'm gonna weight shift, so I'm better at this. And even on this one, I'll do a hand curl, soft hand curl, all right? Or I'll do a soft kick, all right? Try it again. And I might do a soft kick. All right, so now here's the clincher. We're coming around to the other side, so it's gonna have some of your weight shift across your body line. So across your body line, if that doesn't work for you, like hip replacements, knee issues, don't do them, or do only what you can. Hip replacement, your doctor advised you not to, don't do it. Just come back around the other way, start strategizing by looking right or left, and so forth, changing the arm position. All right, here we go. So we're gonna go over here to 7, so you can see this is a curtsy lunge. Watch this tracking of the knee, and then come up and balance, all right? So I took this a little bit more lungy, but I don't have to. I could just weight shift, and bring it home, okay? I'm going up here. That was, okay, so I'm coming over here at 8 o'clock, okay? And so I'm gonna weight shift this one. I make sure that this is not where I tense up, all right? I might feel it, it might be there, but I don't grip it and put pressure. Now you might notice, now I'm going to face the front again, so in this rotation in the hip bone, it should turn without you putting the brake system on at the same time, all right? If that's difficult to do, then I just don't go that far back. And I also drag my foot around, really use my foot, and then bring this up, all right? Or lots of hands, or hold the wall. Don't force it, all right? We don't learn anything by forcing. Okay, so I'm coming over here at 9. So I'm weight shifting a little bit. This is gonna see where you're gonna see my failure is gonna be in this area. And so I'm re-weight shifting. That means I gotta get that knee hip to line back up. And I gotta do it without squeezing my hip, which means my rib cage would be off the side. So I make mine really easy. First I make it wrong, and then I just learned that that wasn't a good idea for me. That wasn't a good strategy. And so now I'm redoing it, and when it feels good, then you're apt to, and you get that feeling down, you know where you're at, and then you can move forward to whatever you want. Okay, so 10 o'clock. I am going to pick up the back leg on this one, come slightly on my toes or balance, and bend, because I got a weight shift. And so, because if I got there, I should be able to get back home. And that's what I don't see a lot, including in myself. Like I got there, I was able to pivot my left foot, right, to get this direction, but can I really pivot that left foot back to exactly where I started, balance in it without tightening in the hip or lower back, and be able to stack my discs and square up my shoulders. Okay, 11 o'clock, last one, and this is why this corner of the pie is hard for me. Okay, and then same thing, coming up into balance, okay, and then just crossing. So this would be, I'm at Parkpoint, oh shoot, I forgot my sweatshirt, and then I'm readjusting to turn to get my sweatshirt, okay? So that's what that's about. And then march it out. This leg should be tired, all right? I did some where I put weight off of it to give it a little bit of break. If it's so tired that's jamming up in your hip and back, then please, 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 you know, take a little bit more time, march in between it, use the wall. All right, here we go. 12 o'clock, guys, other foot. So I'm gonna step over the cat, okay? Look around and step back and how do I lean on my lower back, my shoulders go back, and then I'm gonna repeat it, all right? I'm gonna step forward, see if my second strategy is better than my first. And for me, I didn't even pick up the foot this time. All right, and then we're over here at 11. So again, I'm gonna come up, I can come up into balance. I don't have to if I'm forcing a lot of bad behavior, all right? It should feel good. It should feel like a Goldilocks moment, man. It's just right, all right? Doesn't feel like it's tense or forced or fast. Fast is the other thing I see a lot. And then here comes 10 o'clock. I'm gonna stay at 10 o'clock with my foot, so you know that's slightly forward behind the other foot. But I'm gonna keep myself square, all right? There's no wrong move because when you're walking, there's no wrong move there either. And then I'm gonna come back and bring it up into balance. All right, and do it again. Like I said, maybe one day you just want a matrix on the right and then the next day, matrix on the left, okay? So here I come over to 9 o'clock. And again, let's say I'm good at 9. So I'm gonna be in the middle and then I weight shift because everything balances a weight shift, guys. So I weight shift here, but if I impinge, turn, tighten, lean, squeeze, it hurts my lower back, hurts my ankle, hurts my foot, then my strategy is not optimal and I need to change it, all right? Here we go, and then same thing on, let's say I do really well on one leg, but the other one really is bad. I gotta cater to my weak links and get that going first, okay? And I don't know if I did that twice, so let's try that one more time. Sorry if we're doing this 3 times. I talk a lot, all right? And then bring it out. So you can see I took a smaller step because I can see that I'm starting to lose my edge. Okay, so I'm back here at 8 o'clock. So again, I'm gonna weight shift and I'm gonna make sure my shoulders don't go behind my hips, and that's one of my deals. So in this one, I need to think that my shoulders don't go as far back as possible. And it's all good, you guys. It's just figuring out what does your body need. And the only way I know to do it is to sort of look at where I'm at in my stackable disc. And sorry about that. And then, so we're gonna go to 7 o'clock is balance. So we're back here at 7. And then starting, if you guys see I'm starting to get darker, it's because I think it's gonna cloud over, all right? So my nice sun I have is starting to look a little dreary, okay? And again. So touch your hips, guys. Your butt shouldn't indent, or you shouldn't have a lot of gripping in the backside there. It hurts your back when you do that. Might not hurt you at first, but you keep doing it over and over again, your back finally gets over it. Okay, here we are at 6, all right? So I'm weight shifting. You know, people are crowding me. I'm moving back and away, and I'm moving back into exactly where I was before. And I do this with a plan of not feeling unstable. If I'm unstable, here's me going, boy, my legs are getting a little tired, all right? Then I'm gonna touch a wall and come into balance, okay? Again, anyone with any issues that just don't feel like they should cross over, been advised not to, you're gonna go back the other way, start adding different things that, you know, like look right and left, look up and down, look, you know, close your eyes and open your eyes. So here I am over at 5. So I'm gonna trap my knee, and my strategy is to get on that right leg, maintain a good tripod foot without collapsing my arch. I don't stiffen it, I don't tighten it, and it can go up and down, but it just doesn't flatten, all right? And again, so I'm back here, looking at better strategies rather than how far. Remember, you're rotating here. So if I grip this in here, that's gonna really tighten up in my lower back, all right? Okay, so that's 5, let's go to 4. So I'm here, I'm gonna come up on my toes here. I'm gonna even pick up my foot. Can I really rotate my foot and everything back where I started without impingements or gripping action through my body? And does my foot stabilize? So that was okay for me. I'm gonna make mine a little easier and do the same work. And I might just sit there and go, you know, I wanna feel it where it feels really good. and I'll sit there and put a bunch of tension around my hips and back. All right, so, and that was better for me actually to tap, all right? Even though I think this is a better leg sometimes, but both your legs have their own job. All right, some weight shifting, all right? And then I'm lifting or tapping without tightness, all right? Without shrugging my shoulders, without lack of breathing, without stressing. I mean, okay? And I don't care about this leg. This leg should have enough freedom to let this leg work, all right? Okay, over here at 2, I'm gonna come up on this zip. I'm gonna imagine you walking to get something and decided, did I forget something? And maybe add a little balance to that, all right? In other words, can I pivot that way and then reorganize, come back without falling, and balance? Okay, 1 o'clock, people. Over here, okay? Upper body stacked, not leaning back, all right? Stacked, ears stacked over shoulders. Now, this is where it gets hard, this whole front area for me, because I would love to tighten my hips and lean into it. And then repeat again. Okay, and then again, what is your foot on the right saying to you? Mine says, tap the other foot, you don't have it, you're gonna go down or you're gonna tighten. Okay, 1 o'clock. So this time my strategy is, I wanna feel that right. I wanna get the muscles to know what to do. So I'm gonna use the wall and help me from not gripping in a downward motion on my back or arching my back or squeezing my shoulder blades so tight that I'm shrugging. And then we're gonna do 1 more. And I'm gonna send that back. All right, guys, shake that all out. All right, and then this time, circle the hip back. So I'm gonna go forward, and here is the way that I make it easier. I slide it around so I don't put impingement or tightness in the hip. It's not the strategy you wanna look for, all right? You wanna maybe brace. You might wanna make sure that it's helping you hold your spine, but you don't wanna intensify the ligaments and the joints. All right, take a break for a walk around a little bit. And I'm gonna pause just for a sec. Okay, guys, so I bet your legs are tired. So what I'm going to do is just, we did that wall workout. I don't know if you guys got to see my wall workout, but now I'm just going to sort of up that game or change it, things that I might have not done. So what I want you to do is go to your elbows, flex your abs, bring this out, and then lift your fingers up and feel your toes. And I want your toes to spread out and then toenails to aim down. And so I'm really doing a weight shift, and I want you not to use the band in the back. And then go hands to elbows, stack your disc, make your disc longer. And then I want you to slowly bring that out. Okay, I'm not standing all the way up, just so you know. Look, I'm slightly forward in front of my body, but what I'm not doing is gripping in my back or the sides of my hips or flattening through my butt, all right, where my knees are tensing forward and my abs are shortening up, all right? And so I'm gonna make myself as long as I can here to try to train myself out of that position of protection or habits. So here I go, I'm gonna bring myself out, all right? And then I'm just gonna spread my fingers out and try not to touch the wall. See, I'm not touching the wall. And I'm gonna feel my toes, and I'm gonna feel my metatarsals. I'm gonna try to maintain my arch, all right? And I'm gonna turn my toenails down a little bit. And then I'm just doing some fall prevention work here, all right? Just holding this here. This is supposed to follow what this does, not pull it in and help it, all right? And then I'm gonna add a little balance to that. On the balance one, I'm gonna move back just a tiny bit, and I'm gonna go back into that, and now I'm gonna add a balanced leg, whether I send it out to the side, whether I send it to the back, which is a good one, or where I send it to the front. So you could play with that. But again, I'm not curling under. Walk your hands up, make yourself taller, and then take your fingers off a little bit, and then see what your foot does. Don't let those toes curl up, and I don't want you not to look at it, and then repeat that. All right, so my hands are here. My strategy is a fall prevention. I feel my toes, I spread them out. Okay, I aim my toenails. It's the feeling I have slightly down so I can really feel the mat. And then I'm gonna make sure my foot, it's called short foot, where you really feel the arch engage. And then again, I'm going to take either my leg back first, I can do that, and this time take my fingers out, all right? My strategy is the front, the back side is just to follow along. I will go into abduction or I'll take a break. I'll go into the front side or take a break and release and let that go. Okay, here's my last thing, guys. So it looks like this is gonna be 45 minutes. And so the one thing, I'm going into what I call that short foot, and I'm gonna do a side view, and I've trained and showed some of you this. I like this one barefoot. So take your shoes off if you can, spread your toes out, put your arch system in. So it ends up making your foot, and then take your toenails and aim them down. We did it against the wall. This time, I want you to get this hinge. So I'm almost like sitting on a high bar stool and having a little hinge at the hip. And I'm gonna work on lifting my opposite leg. So my right leg is down, my left leg is going up. I make a fist, or I hold a chair, or I've been known to hold my cell phone. Seems like I have no problem when I do that. And then I'm gonna lift my left leg up and start to work on balance. Okay, and then what I want you to work on is taking your finger in front and look at your fingernail. Okay, and just working that foot connection, all right? Keep spreading the toes out. The hard part is not to curl them so that you have no toes touching your mat. And I tap a lot. I call this my kickstand, my back foot, and I'm just like kickstanding a lot to work this out, all right? Okay, and then do the same thing with the other. So now I spread my toes out. I aim my toenails lightly down. I put my arch system in. Okay, I make sure I don't grip. This is not a good plan. This is the plan that I tend to use, but it's not a good one, all right? I should really use the muscles in my legs. I should really use better bracing skills, or I should make it easier. So again, I'm going to, for me, I'm gonna make a fist. I'm gonna put my fist up here. I'm gonna pretend like I'm holding a wall, or do hold a wall, all right? I'm going to look at my foot and and feel my foot, get my arch system in. Again, it's called short foot. So I'm gonna kind of, and the reason why is because you're contracting your arch. I'm gonna take my finger up, okay, and then I'm going to look at my fingernail. Now on this one, I was going to, but I need my kickstand, take my finger lightly up. Now, when my finger goes up and down, my head doesn't move, just my eyeballs. And you can go side to side, and you can do an infinity circle. All right, so here's my infinity circle, and I follow it with my eyes. And then I release and let that go. So here we go, guys. So either you're probably gonna wanna stretch out your lower back and hips. Know that if you're over processing there, please don't do the whole video at once. You know, you need to take it in segments. It just gets too tired too fast. So in this case right now, we're gonna just take a chair, okay? And you're gonna sit down, all right, and take that leg, cross it over, open the hip, keep yourself square, okay? Just lightly open the knee, lightly massaged into your hip, side of your hip, all right? The part of your lower back, pull your rib cage up, think of some space on the back of your neck that you can lift up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in the sides of your hips, in your brain. Spread the hip bones apart and the cheeks. And then release. And then same thing, other leg. I don't sit way back. Okay, square yourself up. It shouldn't be sideways, all right? I should be on those sits bones even. I take my hand, I don't force a stretch. My body doesn't like it. It might have used to like it, but it doesn't like it anymore as I've aged. And so working with my brain more than forcing my body into certain positions seems to work better. It's a better strategy for me. And you need to look at it. Just what is the better strategy for you? Okay, I'm squaring up. I'm going to imagine I'm pushing my hip bones apart. I'm sitting even on my sits bones. And I'm imagining I'm taking a zipper and zipping it all the way up in the ceiling. So I'm stacking my facets and making my spine longer. And I'm opening the sides of my cheeks, pulling them apart inside my brain. Okay, and take a big breath. Open the sides of your rib cage, open the sides of your hips. Try not to overinflate the belly so much that you save no room for the rest of that cylinder. Okay, and release. All right, guys, we are done for today. I'm hoping we'll be back soon. Have a good time. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I have been. I've been looking at everybody. It's so good to see everyone, and everyone is so great. I love our trainers and instructors at Parkpoint. Okay, bye, guys.